The adventures of Koholint Island begin. Join me as I play Link's Awakening, my second Zelda game ever. Thanks for watching, and enjoy. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy BrianSaviano, aka Bricks O'Brien, coming at you with a hands-free controller edition of Link's Awakening on the Nintendo Switch. I am doing the post-play commentary thing that I said I was doing before because this game can be very complicated, and I'd rather take some time to actually just talk and have the game kind of explain itself and me give some tips and tricks along the way. So hopefully you don't mind this edition here as it all unfolds. So after getting the third of the keys, the instruments, the whatever, we're making our way toward the fourth, and you know, I was actually going to do this one without doing the post-play commentary, but then it was like instances like that where, like, all right, the bush, I guess, is hiding a staircase that I would not have been able to figure out on my own. So anytime you see an edit, for the most part, is where I was pausing the menu or looking at a guide or anything like that. So it was a bit more involved than I thought it was, you know. So I've tried to get that thing there. I do get it eventually. You have to go all the way around. But yeah, so the fourth one is actually pretty cool. And the way I've decided to split up these episodes is by doing kind of like 2 episodes-ish per dungeon. So now that I have beaten the game at this point here in real life, in my life right now. So I know what happens, which I'm obviously not going to spoil because that would be improper of me to do so after only episode number 6 into this episode here of this series. So yeah, but it's been enjoyable. I definitely, okay, so it makes it more enjoyable to have a guide with you while you're playing through this game. Like, yeah, you can totally do it on your own if you want to. I don't recommend it because if you haven't played a Zelda game except Breath of the Wild like I have, or maybe you haven't even played one before, then it's going to be tough for you to know what the mechanics are of this game and whatnot. So, like for that instance right there, so the hibiscus, what I don't realize at this point in the game, and what I will tell you now, knowing what I know now, is that the fetch quest, the stick for the honey, the this for the that, the thing and the thing and the thing, like, that is very important for you to complete that for a specific thing in this game. And these sections here, actually, these things are teleportation markers. You do unlock a couple of them throughout the map. Not all of them are big, open platforms like that. It's very deceiving in that way. Some of them, and this is another issue I have with this game. So here, like I was saying before, you have to trade the stick for the honeycomb. The honeycomb, I think, for the hibiscus. There's a bear in Animal Village that will give you a hibiscus for that. So yeah, like, how would you know that that's what you're supposed to do, you know? So, and the, like the staircase. It's hidden by one shrub randomly in the game. Like, how would you be able to figure that out without a guide? Like, you're because basically you're setting the expectation with this game right now that, okay, all of the teleporters are going to be that size. They're all going to be really big, because why would they be anything else, you know? If they have the same functionality, why would they be any smaller? And here, they are obviously, you know, super big, but when, like, it's basically the equivalent of if it was hidden like the grass right there. So, I don't know. Well, I do know. It's very aggravating. So yeah, take the honey to this bear in this hut right here. He will freak out. He will give you a pineapple. Now, the pineapple we actually can't get to for a little while. That is up in the mountainous region, which I do end up doing, and you will see on camera eventually. But once he's asleep, he won't budge for a long time. So, hey, you got to take a little Marin and wake him up to her singing. So, yeah, you got to get Marin and bring her to the walrus that is located just to the right of where we are right now. So basically means you have to go all the way back to the village and do that whole thing there. And just because I have, you know, played all this and I want to show at least a little bit of the backtracking, a little bit of the progress here. That way you get a grasp for the game. You can appreciate it a little bit more and whatnot. So, yeah. there's not a direct warp point that I'm aware of for the village. It's always right outside the village, which I'm like, all right, why is that the case too? But hey, whatever. That's gonna happen, I guess. So, Marin is not here. Well, I don't... Where did actually, I forget where Marin went. Where did she go? I think I end up looking it up right here. So anytime you see me, like, frozen in time, that's where, you know, I'm looking at a guide online to figure everything out. So, yeah, I totally forget where she is. Even me right now, I forget where she is. Probably at the beach or something. Oh, yeah, she's at the beach. So, like, where... So, like, at that point right there, right? You don't know where Marin is. So, where is the first place you would go and look? Would it be the beach? Is it in an area that we haven't explored before? Did you know that you can just tackle those spiky ball things? And those can totally destroy them? I didn't know that. I just did that by accident. So... I don't know. What's going to be inside here? Probably rupees, right? Yeah, it is. Because that's what the most of the rewards are that aren't, like, specifically made for a dungeon, it seems like. And, you know, you got to clear the sinuses, of course. So Marin's down here. So how would you know that? You know, you could maybe go to the beach and figure it out, but, you know, hey. So you and Marin basically have a little live chat here. Talk all about the economy and how the housing market needs to collapse. So that way people like my age who aren't making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in a biotech job can actually afford to live anywhere, right? That's what you're talking about, right? No, you're not talking about that. You're not. I mean, that'd be a lot more compelling of a thing if they were, but you know, they're not doing that. So, just talking about life in the ocean and whatnot. And it's a very cute little scene. Nothing else like this happens in the game here. About this person I come to join in, and oh, does Marin have a crush on Link? Maybe a little bit. Oh, it looks like maybe just a wee little crush. A little quash. Yeah, if I was a seagull, I could fly anywhere. I could fly to faraway places. At least it's not like the bird. I don't know if the series will be up by the time you see this, but in Paper Mario, there's a seagull that appears when you're going from the main area, Toad Town, to Lava Lava Island, and the seagull is just like this very static 3D model, and he's just like, and he's flying around like this, and it's the most hilarious thing. So I don't know, you don't have a visual of it, so you don't really know, but yeah, there we go. So now we acquired Marin. So he literally just holds up Marin above his head like, hey, we got you now. So yeah, now you go all the way to the animal village, and you're basically right there. I try as much as I can to showcase on a map a location of, you know, where exactly you need to go, as well as actually going there, because for a lot of you out there, it might be tough to find a location of a thing. So for me to show the location and the process of going there, that's going to be a bit easier for you to understand. That kind of happens in the dungeons a lot. So with me editing these videos after the fact, it's going to be a bit challenging for me to convey where things are, and hopefully I do a good job at that for you. But yeah, I highly recommend, like, no shame at all. Look up a guide before you play this game. I think you're going to enjoy and appreciate the game more if you do, because I was getting super aggravated with this game. And as you heard from, like, episode 3, like, it was just me venting the whole time, and I had to take a day. I had to take a nice little rest. I had to do that whole thing. So I rested up. I got some seltzer water, had some lunch. I had leftover Chinese food. It was great. It's funny because so on Saturday, like this past Saturday, which is the Saturday after this game came out, I was supposed to basically record and edit all day. I go through these streaks of just editing 12 videos at a time, 20 videos at a time, depending on what it is. And I was like, all right, I'm going to work all day. I'm going to do this all day. It's going to be great. And there's a Windfish song that's going to wake up this walrus and be like, the Windfish song. Yeah. So I go through these streaks of editing, and I just wasn't having it. I was like, a yeet. He goes over the side. I wasn't a yeet. The walrus was. But I was just not feeling it because I was so tired. I've been editing so much and recording so much, and I was just like, ugh. So instead, Ricky came over, and we got Chinese food, which was decent, but he ordered enough Chinese food for realistically 3 people. He got and this is totally not related to here. Okay, so let me explain this, and I'll explain Ricky getting too much food. So, you need to defeat this mid-boss. You just gotta swipe him, basically like you're on a dating app. Swipe, there you go. So, I edit right there. I accidentally fall through the middle, but accidentally, not in a bad way, because you end up getting I think a heart piece out of it. So, make sure you bomb that upper portion right there. If you don't have bombs on you, go find them. So, yeah, go through there, and then, bam, you get a little heart piece. So, you can go through that way, so just so you know. And then I do edit back, and I do defeat that mid-boss. It's just swiping at him a bunch of times. You exit through that way, and you basically, you pop right back up where you were before. So, this is what I mean about editing and making sure things are sounding right and whatnot. So yeah, there you go. Sea bears, foam, sleep bears, dreams, both end in the same way, crash. I still don't know what that means, but whatever. So yeah, you just keep swiping this guy over here. You know, don't get hit by him, don't die, obviously. If you leave the area, it does reset. You can only hit him once or twice, depending on where he actually ends up here. But yeah, he takes quite a few hits. So make sure you are doing the thing correctly. There isn't a better way to defeat him. You just got to be patient with it. So, Ricky got pork lo mein, white rice, Peking ravioli, and don't let that key fall into the hole. There you go. It probably just goes down into the next area. You can get it, no problem. And then he got General Gao's chicken. So we got like enough food for 3 people. And then we ended up watching a movie. We ended up watching Wreck-It Ralph 2. It was great. And I'll talk about that in a little while too. There's a Pokey. There's a Pokey. And at the end of it, he was like, he only ate like enough for like half a person. So he ordered food for 3 people's worth and only ate a half a person's worth of food. And I had gotten like just plain fried rice, chicken teriyaki, right? And then Mr. Hood Hood is back. I don't know why that happened. Oh, that happens in Soul Silver. So that's another series I probably haven't seen yet. That's coming out soon. So he's like, yeah, so after the movie was over and ate the Chinese food and all that, he's like, yeah, so just gonna throw this food out, right? And I'm like, sir, what privileged lifestyle do you live that you can throw out 3 cartons worth of food and not bat an eye? So I had Chinese food, his leftover Chinese food for dinner last night and lunch today. And that's not even factoring in my leftovers. So between all of the leftovers, I've had Chinese food and the actual meal. I've had Chinese food 4 times. So I'm good on Chinese food until New Year's. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. But no, it was pretty good. And I'll talk a bit more about Wreck-It Ralph 2 in the next episode, because that's its whole own thing. And yes, it doesn't pertain to this game, all right? This is not a conventional walkthrough of Link's Awakening, okay? But what am I supposed to sit here and be like, oh, I guess we're going to go to this section here, and I'm going to pretend to not know what's happening, because I'm going to lie to you? No, I'm not going to lie to you, all right? I'm not about that life, all right? So inside of here is a little seashell thing. So there are 50 secret seashells hidden throughout everywhere. You may have seen 1 or 2 of them pop up here and there, and you'll see a couple more pop up here and there occasionally. You will receive the ultimate sword. Basically, it's a powered-up sword. Is it worth it to find all of them, especially without a guide to get that enhanced sword? No. Don't bother. You don't need to do that. So it just, I mean, if you want to go for 100% completion, of which there is no bonus, there is no alternate ending, there is no nothing, it's just a plain, it's the same thing, don't bother. Spoiler alert, there's no secret anything. So yeah, I didn't get them. I only get them occasionally, like every once in a while I get them. So, and that's just by happenstance. That's not even like because I'm looking for them. So, and they are in the most obscure places too. Like sometimes they're a bit easier than not. But there's like one area up in the tall mountains where I'm like, oh, by video game logic, there is a secret shell here, right? And then there isn't. So in the places where you do think there would be a secret shell, there ends up not being one. So that happens kind of frequently here. I forget where I'm trying to go, actually. I'm trying to get to... what? The cave? Is that it? Or am I going back? I don't even realize what I'm doing. So, you know what? Hey, that's totally fine. I guess I'm going to head back to the prairie here and go up north to the cemetery. See, this is the thing, too. I'm like, all right, well, am I doing something wrong? Or should I have edited out and done a thing here, you know? I don't quite know. So it's really left to the mind's mystery here as to what Past the Life Brian has done. So, oh no, I know where I'm going. All right, cool. So we're going up north. We have to find a key, and a key is required, obviously. Or no, we just got the key, didn't we? Yeah, we're good. All right, so I'm heading basically all the way south, and heading south is where we unlock the next dungeon, and the next dungeon is actually, you have to go like south again, or you have to go west, east. You have to go east. So my sense of direction is totally messed up entirely. But yeah, you got to go all the way that way. Put the key in the whole thing, and yeah, there you go. And like all these monsters here, I'm like, are they? Like, you don't see those in Breath of the Wild. Like, I mean, and everything is such a different art style too, you know. All right, yeah. So we're going in here. So basically, you got to go all the way around to underneath the waterfall to actually access the dungeon there. So I will be doing that, obviously, and I'll show you the way to go. But this mysterious, googly-eyed, anglerfish-looking dungeon appears here, and I will not get over the fact of how awesome the item/dungeon unlock sound. It sounds so good, and it sounds so much better than the Breath of the Wild version. I know, I said it. It's a bold claim, I know, but and maybe it's because I've heard the Breath of the Wild jingle like literally hundreds of times, but you know, this is a bit newer, obviously, so that might have something to do with it. This is the Tall Tall Mountain Range. We are not supposed to be able to explore this place in depth. So there's some small little sections here that I try to go after. How successful that ends up being, I don't know. But, yeah. Obviously can't access any of that over here. And like some of these puzzles that are in this game like this, I still don't know. I still don't know how to solve them, even right now. So that's just a me thing. But yeah, so does that work? No. Cool. I thought maybe I could swipe away the crystal or something, you know. But no, doesn't look like I can do that from the other side of the rock. So I think I do end up getting that eventually. But I have to, you know, actually move. There we go. See, Brian, you got it. Yeah, there you go, Brian. There you go, man. There it is. And I fail anyways, but at least the slime does too. So, you know, he went down with me. So there you go. And now you got another piece of a heart. So it is, what, 4 pieces, 4 full heart? So you really only get a couple of hearts for actually completing the dungeons and whatnot. You get one at the end of every dungeon, but that's about it. So otherwise, those heart pieces there, if you avoid all the heart pieces forever, then yeah, you're in trouble. That is not the way you go over there, I don't know. But yeah, I see, like, I'm starting to get the mechanics here. I still don't know everything, but I get the idea of things. So yeah, that is actually not how you make it that way. But like, you would think maybe there is some means, but no. I tried to see if there was a way to do that. No. The bomb just falls all the way down, which is unfortunate, but you know, that'll happen. And there's a chest here. The chest full of rupees, right? Yeah, because what else would it be? There you go. So we're wrapping up this episode here, and the first of the episodes for the dungeon will be getting to and figuring out how to get to the dungeon. Then we'll actually do the dungeon in the next one. That guy up there is who's gonna be getting the pineapple eventually. I think it's in this episode right here. Yeah, it happens right here. So that's where you get your next little segment here. And I think there is a cool Guardian Acorn. Nice. I think there is a transportation segment here somewhere, and that's just a bunch of garbage. But I don't know. I don't think we unlock it here, and I think I never do. So that stinks. It's a bit inconvenient, but not that you know, because you'll see the edited version. So yeah, give this man the pineapple here. He'll just nom 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 all over that pineapple. Something with vitals? Vitals? I don't know, but he takes it, so I guess it works. That wasn't meant to be a reward. Here, take this. It's a hibiscus. So you give it to the bunny back there. I'll see you guys and girls again next time for more Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening in the meantime. So hopefully you enjoyed this post-play commentary episode. I'll talk about Wreck-It Ralph 2 next. Peace out. Bye.